Online by far. Since the customer is already online, it's very easy to capture that sale, that impulse purchase, or to get him to make that click.
Yeah.
Especially since we are an online medium. Offline, we found it useful to be useful for brand building, but not so much for sale. And plus, like, you really can't track. So if you put an ad in some sort of a paper, you really can't track the number of people who read it and come online, unless you use a discount
promo code,
and then they have to use that code. But it's too expensive. It depends on the promotion.
Yeah.
So let's say we had to do a promotion for Rakhi, then we would target, let's say our promotion was to send hampers with Rakhi to brothers.
Yeah.
Then we would target women
only.
who are
certain age group
and geographically
demographic
who may not be in Mumbai, but may have friends, Facebook friends or family or things like that in Mumbai.
Yeah.
So depending really on the campaign.
It depends on your evolution, I think, stage of evolution. I mean, if you're at a complete startup phase and you're like, when you're starting off completely, I think from our perspective, technology and ops was the most important thing to build out for us.
Because you had to lay the foundation.
Yeah, because you lay the foundation at that point. So basically building.
And you don't even want 100 people to come to you
when you're not ready. When you're not ready for it, right? So I don't think we started marketing. We had a substantial number of restaurants. I mean, what's the point if you come on board and you have 7 restaurants, right? I mean, and then if you enter a location like, say, I don't know, like Siri, and you have like 5 restaurants there, or not even 4 or 5 restaurants there, what's the point of it, so
until we were at a scale where we had enough to offer to everyone, we didn't really take marketing seriously. When we were at a scale where we had at least a decent offering for everyone. That's when we started thinking about marketing. And we were real chindis. We tried to use the most cheapest and the most cost effective mediums. Whatever we got free, we took. We did as many barter tie-ups, as many partnerships as we could with as many people.
Yeah. I think at the startup phase, it's important. You have to be judicious, with your marketing, because marketing is like that one black hole which can suck everything you have if you're not careful.
Tomorrow, if you decide to do hoardings in Bombay and you spend 10 crores, you can easily blow that up in not even a year.
I mean, the Marine Drive hoardings cost 14 lakhs a month to have them up there. So it's basically, marketing is that one thing where you can burn as much money as you want, and you have to just be careful. You have to not get caught up in saying that I need to advertise. You need to advertise for sure, but you need to advertise smartly and correctly.
Can you give us a timeline so that others can use it as a benchmark from when you launched to when you actually went full on with marketing?
So it all depends, it depends on as soon as you're ready. Like, so if we took about 6 months before we started our marketing exercises.
So it depends. Let's say you launch and then 1.5 months later you realize that you need to rethink your strategy, something is not working. Then you need to redo it and relaunch, and then it might take you another 3 months when you realize, oh, this is not working. So it really depends on
when you're
how
ready.
well equipped you are.
What we put on paper and what actually happened was completely different, So that is why I said, having, a skeleton in place is important, but you must know when as things move along, you keep making changes.
That paper is dynamic. It's an e-paper, not a handwriting.
Not hard-coded. So it keeps changing. So you have to, like she said, rethink your strategy. Because you start doing something, you start going along the track and you realize, oh damn, this is not right. And I may have modeled.
Could you give me a few examples?
Some of our stuff was milestone related. So it definitely helped. Let's say marketing, the strategy we had made was A, create Facebook page. B, create Twitter page. C, when you have X number of users or X number of restaurants, start advertising on Facebook. So it was more milestone related, and I knew I didn't create the Facebook page the first day we launched because I didn't want anyone to know about it. The first thing I did was send out an email to 100 people, just 100 people saying
friends.
We have now launched.
Yeah.
So it was friends. Give them a few days, let them try it out. Whatever issues came up early on, maybe the restaurant's not receiving the order or whatever, I got it resolved with those 100 people who are my closest friends.
So that was basically the pilot that you were talking about.
Then the next phase was to slowly open it up to more and more people, and I'll tell you the experience of our very first order, right? We launched it was October 17th, it was a Sunday and it was Dasera. So I was really nervous because it being a Sunday and being a Dasera, no one in tech was working. So I said, what if we put the site up and then there's some tech issue? What do we do? So I told them, just put the site up on 16th in the evening before you go home. We won't tell anyone, no one will know. Even Google takes time to index you. It's not that as soon as your site is live, you're indexed. So no one will order, it's okay. We'll go live from the next day. The 16th we got an order out of nowhere. I don't know how they found us, who found us and what happened. But we got an order, that too an online payment order.
Oh wow.
So, we hadn't even started monitoring the online payments or things like that. But we did manage to execute the order, and in the end the customer was okay and really excited that somehow he chanced upon our site and he was the first customer. Some of the things with Facebook, I think you can go overboard as well.
Yeah.
And you need to hold your ground. You need to realize that from Facebook, the goal is not to develop 1 million likes. The goal is to
Channelize those
convert
into users.
those Facebook likes into paying customers. So whatever ads you do on Facebook or whatever promotions you do on Facebook should incentivize people to use your site.
Yeah.
Not to
Not
just
just make you
engage
aware.
on your Facebook
Yeah.
page or just like your Facebook page. And I think a lot of agencies get people into that trap.
Did you all consider working with an agency?
We do work with an agency and we're very happy with the way we work with them. We don't work with them for content. We handle that ourselves because we're still pretty small and we can handle updating our Facebook content ourselves. But we work with an agency for ads and for PPC ads and things like that.